Hi everyone, and welcome back to another review. I am your host, as ever, Papa Midnight 8, joined by my wife, the Obsidian Nook, Petal ASMR. When she's done pointing at our third co-host, she can say hello.
Hello.
We are joined by Stasi, our little fluffy cat. Of course, always wanting to get in on the attention that can be given. So we are looking today at a haunted house. The movie, not an actual haunted house. I guess this is just going to be me doing this because she's just kissing the cat. Oh, he's leaving. Never mind. So yeah, we're looking at a haunted house, the sort of spiritual spin-off of Scary Movie that isn't amazing. It had its moments, but it's okay. I've seen this movie before. A long time ago, where it was a bit more on par with comedy for that time. There's a few jokes that haven't really hit as hard anymore, but the problem is with these parody films is usually that's what happens. It's like there was that certain time period where movies were obsessed with taking the piss out of Simon Cowell. Like even Scary Movie 3 did as well. It was weird. It was a weird time. So anyway, we'll get into it. A Haunted House is a comedic take on the found footage horror genre. Directed by Michael Tiddes. I thought his name was actually Titties when I first read it. Tiddes. And starring, of course, Marlon Wayans, who we have seen in both White Chicks and the first two Scary Movies. Released in 2013, the film aims to lampoon popular horror films like Paranormal Activity and The Conjuring, while injecting them with Wayans' signature brand of humour. But, like I said, it's stuff that's a bit more relevant to the time it came out, so it has aged a bit. What the fuck? She's just scrolling through Facebook and there was just someone's foot. The film follows Malcolm, played by Marlon Wayans, and Keisha, played by Essence Atkins, a couple who move into their dream home only to discover that it's haunted. Yeah, it's Paranormal Activity. As they try to uncover the source of the paranormal activity, hilarity ensues as they encounter everything from possessed sex toys to a psychic medium who is more interested in seducing Malcolm than helping them. It's very bizarre. There is a lot of man-arse in this film as well. Oh my god. There is a lot of, bare man-arse in this film. It's a bit there is a point where it's pretty much literally in your face. One of the strengths of A Haunted House is its willingness to push boundaries and tackle taboo subjects with irreverent humour. I do know English. However, this also leads to some of the film's weaknesses, as some of the jokes may come off as crude or offensive to certain viewers. There is literally the likes of, I think Keisha as a child is beaten with a belt. And there is the questionable consent in regards to the activities that go on in the night, to say the least. Marlon Wayans delivers a committed performance as Malcolm, bringing his trademark energy and physical comedy to the role. When you see him in a film, you know what you're getting into. You can't help but love the stuff he's in. Essence Atkins is also... she's okay. She does her best. There are some weird bits, but they do have some good chemistry, and that she does have some good jokes. The film's parody of the found footage genre is, pretty hit or miss. While some of the jokes land perfectly, others feel forced or overdone. Additionally, the pacing can be uneven at times, with certain scenes dragging on longer than necessary. Yeah, there's a lot of times they try and fit in too many jokes or too much commentary for the time, like what I've said to you about Family Guy, where I've noticed there's a lot of just here is a joke that's going to pad out for 5 minutes, or here is a guest star that's going to be in it for 2 seconds, but we're going to go over the top with how much detail we know about him. It's weird. Despite its flaws, I was reading the wrong fucking sentence. Despite its flaws, A Haunted House manages to deliver plenty of laughs for fans of Wayans' style of humour. Of course, being Marlon Wayans, it's worth just watching for him. No. It wasn't written by his brother, which is why it's a bit hit or miss. Because if it was written by his brother, who did the first 2 scary movies, it could have been a lot better. But you can't hate Marlon Wayans because he's so talented with his comedy. He's devoted to every bit, every gag.
I feel like he carried
100%. Like any film he is in, any film he or his brother are in, absolutely carries it.
I think the only reason I carried on watching it because of his acting would be really awful, especially with the dog.
Yeah, the dog. The dog is an interesting choice.
Sad, but it's...
Yeah. It's not a film for everyone, but for those who enjoy raunchy comedies with a supernatural twist, it's worth a watch. Especially because, as I say, it's sort of like a spiritual spin-off of Scary Movie. But
the only thing I'm annoyed about, like I was saying to you,
we were watching this like leading up to sort of midnight time. So
it was really hot last night. And the fan on it was the fact that it would be really quiet, and then those like ghost noises they did were really loud, and then the talking was like really low, and I was just like, we couldn't find a comfortable volume.
Yeah, the entire time we were turning the volume up and down. It was frustrating to say the least. Because it'd be like, oh, it's dialogue, better turn that right up, and then it's like, oh, the ghost is doing something, right back down.
But it's like they made ghost twice as loud than what they need to be. It's just that bugs me most because I was so worried about either Ron being like turn it off or a neighbour thingy, because we even have the windows open.
Sorry, I think that's the first time we've mentioned him by name, but that is Amelia's stepdad. I think usually we're just like, you're like, I'm a stepdad. Or I've said a few times, like, the person we live with.
In this house, because too hot because the insulation is shit. But it's like, when you're in Britain, and we live in like these not too small houses, it's like you have the window open, and then you have to have the fan on as well, because there was like no cold air.
Yeah, the UK isn't built for... No. I don't know if that's just because we had the fan on or just because the film's audio isn't great.
Yeah, but I even turned the fan off, and then I was like, you better turn it down. As soon as it got to like that dance thing she did, and the ghost noises, it went too loud, and then we go back to them talking, and then it's just like...
Yeah, we just couldn't land on something. So yeah, just be prepared for plenty of crude humour and a healthy dose of irreverence. So yeah, that's about it. As I say, it's pretty hit or miss. It's another of those films that was released at the time in order to sort of cash in on the big thing going on at the time. No, especially the likes of Scary Movie, but the later Scary Movie sequels can probably rot for all I care. But yeah, that about sums it up. Thank you ever so much for listening. Oh, no. Tell a lie. I'm still trying to figure out how we can do a best kill, worst kill. Because obviously we've changed our, what's the fucking word? Format, that's the word. We changed our format from being like a full breakdown to a lot simpler and to the point.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
We can actually...
I mean, I am tapping away. Just not as much. Yeah, I'm tapping away as per usual. But usually it's sort of just like some basic notes that I can then convert into a formatted review like we usually do. But not to the same extent. You just don't pay attention to me sat there on the computer. That's the only problem. You get so engrossed into certain films with your little autistic brain. Well, no, she's just being a pain in the arse. I'm just gonna edit all of this down because this is just stupid. Anyway, thank you ever so much for listening. I've been your host as ever, Purple Midnight 8. joined once more by the idiot that is my wife, the Obsidian Nook Pale ASMR. You can find her links in the description alongside all mine, and we will see you next time.